All right, today we're diving into Tumpixel, which they call the business operating system. And that name really gets you thinking about a pretty powerful idea. I mean, think about it. Most of us see website builders as, well, tools for building websites, right? Simple as that. But imagine if one platform could also handle your sales pipeline, your customer relationships, maybe even your HR. Imagine all of that seamlessly integrated in just one place. And that is exactly the vision we're talking about here. This is about moving way beyond just a pretty front end. The goal is to build a complete digital business platform right from the ground up. So, okay, a modern business OS. What does that actually mean? Well, think of it as a mashup, a fusion of an easy drag and drop website builder with a really powerful ecosystem of business apps. This kind of hybrid doesn't just, make old tools better. It's creating a whole new category. And honestly, the best way to get your head around this is to think of Tumpixel as a giant Lego system for your business. Seriously. You get all these different types of bricks and blocks that just snap together perfectly. It lets you build pretty much anything you can imagine. So let's take a look at what these foundational building blocks actually are. Okay, so the whole platform is built on these four core layers. And if you understand these, you've got the key to building, well, everything from a simple landing page all the way to a complex internal tool for your business.
First up, layer 1, components. These are your smallest, most basic pieces, the individual Lego bricks. We're talking about things like a pricing table, a testimonial block, or that big hero image at the top of a page. Each one is its own little self-contained block. Then, layer 2 is page templates. This is like taking a handful of those little Lego bricks and snapping them together to build something bigger, like a complete About Us page or a contact page. It's basically pre-assembled for you, which is super helpful. Moving up to layer 3, you've got the website template. Now, think of this as the full Lego set you'd buy in the box. It's a complete multi-page site with navigation, a consistent design, everything you need to launch right away. And this brings us to the most powerful layer of all, layer 4, modules. This is where things get really interesting. If components are the regular bricks, then modules are the Lego Technic motors and gears. They're not about how things look. They provide the functionality. This is your e-commerce engine, your blog CMS, or your company's CRM. This is the power. So here's how it all snaps together. It's pretty simple, actually. Components build pages, pages build websites. But the real magic, the secret sauce, is the modules. You can plug those in at any level to add that powerful business logic right where you need it. Okay, let's zoom in on those modules for a minute, because they are absolutely the heart of this whole business OS idea. They really are the engine that makes everything run. So what are they, really? Well, modules are basically pre-built apps for specific business functions. For example, you've got a blog module that handles your posts and SEO, you have an e-commerce module that takes care of products and checkouts, and a CRM that manages your entire customer pipeline. They're like ready-to-go business tools. And this brings us to the core concept. And honestly, this is a total game changer. Listen to this. You buy a module once, and you can use it across any of your websites, not per site, just once. Let me break down how this works. Think of it like this. Your account is the owner. That's where you buy the licenses, and they just live there forever. Then, your individual website is the user. You just install a module you already own onto any site you want. So yeah, that means you can buy the e-commerce module one time and use it on your main store, on a little side hustle project, and even on an internal test site. And you never have to pay for it again. The result of this is, well, it's pretty amazing. First, the cost savings are huge. You're not buying the same function over and over. Second, it makes management so much easier. You can run totally different businesses from one central account. And third, you can reuse your systems, deploying the same functionality across different sites in a snap. And this whole buy once, use anywhere idea is what unlocks the next big concept here, which is scaling your operation from just one site to a whole digital empire. This is where it gets really, really powerful. From one single account, you can run completely separate websites. So you could have your main e-commerce store, right? And then over here, your company blog. And maybe even an internal tool, like a CRM just for your sales team. They're all separate, but they all run from one account, sharing that same pool of modules you already bought. And this is so important. Each of these websites is a completely independent system. I mean, they have their own pages, their own separate databases, their own unique settings. So the customers from website A are never going to show up in website C's system, unless of course you want them to and you build that connection yourself. Now, of course, this ability to scale up with movable websites is tied to your subscription plan.
So a starter plan might give you one website, but the business and custom plans are where you unlock the power to manage multiple or even unlimited websites from that one account. Okay, so we've talked about this really powerful architecture, but how do you actually get started? Where do you begin? Well, the platform gives you a few different ways in, so you can choose the path that works best for you and your skill level. If you want to get up and running fast, you can start with a full website template. Just install your modules, edit the content, and you're good to go. If you want a bit more flexibility, you could start with a page template and then build out new pages from there. Or if you're an advanced user and want total control, you can start with a completely blank page and build everything from scratch, brick by brick, with those components we talked about. All right, let's wrap this up with the key takeaways. Number one, Tumpixel is a business OS, not just a builder. That's the big mindset shift. Number two, remember those 4 layers: components, pages, websites, and the all-powerful modules. 3, and this is the one to remember, you buy modules once at the account level. 4, you can then install them across as many independent websites as you need. And finally, you get to choose the building path that's right for you. So you see, your website is just the start. It really changes the whole question, doesn't it? It's not just what website will you build. It's what business system will you build?